Hello, all my Midwest enthusiasts. Welcome to the Midwest Take. I'm your host as ever, Jacob, and I'm here with my co-host Josh. Josh.
Howdy, pilgrims.
Pilgrims. Well, 'tis the season of the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is on the horizon. Josh, do you have anything planned for the Thanksgiving season?
I'm going to go over and see my mom and dad and probably see my wife's mom and dad. Should be
you're
a
married.
lot of good food.
Forgot about that.
I'm married and
I
I'm
forgot
married.
about the married part. You know, that always kind of eludes my mind that you're married. It's been a long time. You guys talked about getting married for like 4 years.
Yeah, we took our time.
Yeah.
Took our time.
I mean, well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You guys got proposed in a very weird time to get proposed. It was in quarantine and things are weird. And
Yeah, I
then
asked
things,
her to be my little
and then
quarantine.
finances were all kind of up in the air, So things, it took a while, but you made it there, and I couldn't be any more happier for you guys.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad you guys are still here 2 months later.
Yeah, 2 months.
2 whole months.
2-month
later.
anniversary.
2 months. You guys made it out of how many years again? 8 now.
7.5.
7.5. Wow, man, must be lucky to have a long relationship. Must be lucky.
You'll get there.
I'll get there. Josh, you think the one is out there for me right now? Where are they?
Hopefully,
Where is my significant lover? Where do you think they're hiding at? Where can I locate?
probably at a shop that sells anime memorabilia. Or is like really big into like gaming or streaming.
Maybe.
'Cause
Or
I know
streaming.
I know you're big into that stuff, and I think the girl that's gonna, I feel like the girl that's gonna be right for you, you're gonna have your computer PC set up,
Oh, yeah.
and then she's gonna have her PC set up right next to you.
Have you ever seen those images of like couples have their gaming setups like right next to each other? You got the girl set up, it's like all pink and white and just like decorated with Hello Kitty stuff, and then you got the boy set up and it's just all black and RGB, like strobing out of their mind. There's always those popular images that people post like, oh, this is the best couples PC.
Yeah, I see that in your
Is that a
future.
goal for me? Maybe. I don't know. I always feel like I want to find my significant other. They almost need to be like almost normal.
No, normal? What does that mean?
Yeah, sometimes having a little bit of normality in your life is a nice time, especially for me, because I would consider myself pretty geeky for the most part. You need like the yin and yang kind of situation,
Oh, you're like the positive side of the battery, and you're looking for your negative.
or vice versa. Yes. But as long as I make her yin yang, I am all happy. I'm all happy with myself. But
Okay.
you mentioned something about gaming, and well, significant other, but that'll be for a future episode. Gaming. So recently, as you know, I play a fair bit of video games. As do you.
Yes.
Call of Duty, right?
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you-
playing Black Ops 6 right now.
Black Ops 6. How's that been? Is
It's
it
good. It's good. A couple weeks ago, they released season 1, so there
I
was some new
saw.
maps and stuff.
I saw that.
So I'm excited about that.
It looks pretty fun. I have not played it yet.
It's very fast paced compared to. See, I haven't played since Cold War,
right?
and that was a lot slower. But apparently, since then, the multiplayer's gotten a lot quicker. A lot of slides,
Well, yeah, you missed
a lot of dives.
you missed 2 generation of games.
I'm
missed
more of a
Modern Warfare 2.
Treyarch Activision.
Yeah, you missed Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3.
Black
you missed them
Ops.
both.
I'm more. I'm.
You like what you like.
I-
I understand.
It's because during the early ones, I love the Black Ops games, and then I played like Advanced Warfare or one of those.
That was a
and
good one.
I didn't care for it.
I like the Omni movement. I
didn't care. I didn't care for the jumping off walls and all that.
I
Like
kind of missed it a little bit. It just when they
the double jumps and jumping
when they
off
kept
walls.
going in like more into the future is when I really started to get turned off of Call of Duty, and then they started going back to World War One and Two.
World War II, yeah.
Then I really like did not care. I don't know. Call of Duty just jaded me.
Some people say it's almost like Madden. They basically put out the same thing every year.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily agree with that. Like maybe like every other year, but when it's a Black Ops game, you know there's going to be zombies, which I think all of them have zombies now, but like nothing beats Black Ops because you know there's going to be Nuketown.
True.
And some of those old maps like Hijacked and Standoff. And I'm hoping they bring not for 6. I would like to see them bring Shooting Range back too.
Firing Range.
Firing Range.
Classic.
Firing Range. Why did I say Shooting Range?
I don't know.
Firing Range.
I remember getting many across the map tomahawks on those maps. It was fun.
Fun. Good
back
maps.
In Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1, yeah. 2, brought it back.
Yep. But so recently, I've been, playing my video games. I primarily play Overwatch like a loser, but that's the only game I'm sort of good at, so I play it. I've also been dabbling into Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I'm almost done with that game. I have like a few more chapters to go, maybe, and then that game will be done. I played the new A Quiet Place game.
Oh, okay.
Heard of that game? They had A Quiet Place game. It's like an 8-hour kind of game, stealthy horror game.
Cool.
Pretty fun.
Cool.
Lots of gaming to be done. There was also one that I kind of want to buy, and something that you might be interested in.
Okay, what's that?
Is they actually just released a Death Note game.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. I do want
They released a Death Note game.
Check that out.
But it's not what you probably would want. It's kind of like a who did it kind of game.
That's what I would expect from a Death Note game.
It's not like you know what? If they did make like a full blown, like 1-to-1 kind of creation,
how would they do that though? Like
Like
you're just like
that's a good question.
Oh, there's a random guy on the street. I'm gonna write his name in my Death Notebook.
It could be like a stealthy kind of game where you're just like secretly writing names in books. I don't know, but it'd be a very interesting concept to bring to a video game format, and yeah, they could probably never do that. So yeah, there's that game. I've never bought that game. I've actually been playing a new game, which is actually my newfound love in life. It's called web fishing.
Web fishing.
Web fishing. It came out, I think, a month ago.
Okay, tell me more.
Basically, in this game, it's a fishing game, but it's more akin to you played a lot of computer games back in the day. Did you play on like the school computer
Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon?
Did you play any online games?
Oh, like addictinggames.com.
Like
Happy Wheels.
Like like a Wizard 101. Did you? I feel like that would have been up your alley since you love Harry Potter. Maybe less nowadays.
I don't know if I.
But there was a Club Penguin. Club Penguin. Did you ever play that?
I don't think I did.
So Club Penguin, early game, came out in 2005, maybe 6. I don't know, somewhere around there. Very popular game. Very popular game until Disney shut it down and made everyone sad. But this is a Penguin-esque game where there is no voice chat. You can't talk to anyone via voice, but you can type out messages to talk to people. And in this game, you play as a cat or dog, and you basically fish the whole entire game. If you're ever in one of my streams, I'm probably playing it at some point, and your goal is just to catch like all the fish that you ever could. You catch so many different. You can catch sea fish, lake fish, you name it. There's like different upgrades. You can gamble in this game. You can drink beer in this game. Dang. It's definitely a social kind of game, and I could probably play this game. I have played this game for like 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours maybe. Just having the time of my life because it just gives me a little bit of nostalgia. Loading into those online chats and just typing to people on a keyboard and interacting with them that way. It's very fun. It's very fun. Web fishing. I'm waiting. Hopefully, one day they'll come out with the ice fishing update.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
waiting
you'd be
for.
excited for that.
Oh my god, if they come up with the ice fishing update, I am in cloud 9 on that game. So yeah, that's been new love of my life. There's also something I really want to get into. It's VR.
Yeah, I thought I heard you say you were gonna get a VR set.
So when Black Friday rolls around, which is coming soon, by the time of this episode, it should be in 2 days. I'm getting probably a Meta Quest 3.
So is this gonna be like the Sword Art Online headset? Like if you don't win, you die.
Link Connect. No,
I'm just kidding.
Not quite. Unless Mark Zuckerberg becomes a super villain. Or I'm getting asked if I'm gonna play Beat Saber. Maybe.
Let me know if it's worth it, because I think VR is an interesting concept. Let me know if it's worth getting into.
There's a game called VR Chat, and that's basically like the same. You log into a chat, pretty much, but you can actually talk to people and like have different avatars, and go to like different worlds that do a lot of different things.
Okay,
like I played with my friends the other day. You don't even need a VR headset per se.
This is reminding me of Ready Player One.
Yeah, it's a little bit like
the
Ready
Oasis.
Player One. A little bit like that.
Wouldn't that be a cool concept if that was like actually how we gamed? Like had a full body suit and you could feel.
And you'd have to like run on a treadmill.
Yeah, I don't get that part of it.
Well, you had to walk into the game, you know.
I feel like it'd be better if you had like, I don't know, if you were like suspended in the air and you were like walking, you know.
Dude, think about that can never work. God, thinking about the state of the internet, a society where we are like on the internet, like
your wealth is based on a game. No, like that would never work.
I'm thinking in the sense of the only way it could work, you know, in Ready Player One, I've read the book, I've watched the movie. They basically go to school in a virtual world, and that's how you went to school. Is basically just
it's a cool concept.
It's an extremely cool concept.
I think it'd be great if you could actually do that.
Do I think it would ever? It would take a lot to happen because people are very malicious on the internet. There would just be so much obsessive trolling and not very good things happening in that kind of sphere. It would take a long time for
a lot of bad things
for us to get to that point. Not in our lives, maybe in our like great grandchildren's lives or something like that. Maybe something like that will happen.
Definitely cool concept.
It is a very cool concept. So I'm getting a VR headset come a Black Friday deal. Hopefully a Black Friday deal will come up for it. I'm hoping to get like maybe $100 off it because it is kind of steep. It's $500.
Oh yeah, even the
$500.
Oculuses are like expensive.
Yeah, and they actually came out with the cheaper version of the Meta Quest 3 and the Meta Quest 3S that came out this year. But it might be like $299. But it is a significant downgrade compared to the one that came out last year, which is just the base Meta Quest 3, which is way better in every aspect.
So before we get into the Thanksgiving stuff, just fill me in real quick.
Wait, we're talking about Thanksgiving? I thought we were talking about VR.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow when this episode releases,
but I want to talk more about VR.
Yeah, we are. Oh, we are. But I just want to walk me through this, how the meta works.
Man, I thought we were doing a VR episode. Thanksgiving, okay. I'm kidding.
But
so
like, how does it? Yeah, like
what are you confused about?
Okay, so if you have like the PlayStation VR, you have a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
What's the headset on like a Meta hooked up to or Oculus?
So I'm not too sure. I don't have one quite yet.
Like, is that the system itself? Is the headset? Or?
I don't know exactly how it works, but I don't know how the PS2 VR thing works, or the PSVR 2. I don't know how that works. I think you actually have to connect that to your PS5 and you can play it that way, or PS4 or whatever. But for the MetaQuest, and there's multiple VR headsets too. The Valve Index, that's also another one, which is pretty high tech. It has like room capture technology that basically scans your whole entire room, and you can do a lot more with that kind of thing. But it's also more expensive. But the MetaQuest 3 is a wireless deal. I think it uses all Bluetooth, and you can basically be detached from your computer while you play VR games. I think. I don't think you need to be connected in any sort of way. Maybe you do. Maybe there is a cord that goes from that. If I wanted to stream it, I think I would have to have a cord. But if I don't stream it, I don't think I need a cord to play VR games because it's all self-contained in one unit, pretty much.
Oh, fascinating.
I think so. I think that's how it works.
Well, you'll have to let me know.
Yeah, so I'm very pumped. I never thought I'd be so pumped to get a VR set because I thought it wasn't for me. But ever since I started delving more into VR games, I see the technology is there, and I see how far it has come from where it was in its infancy, and I am very optimistic.
Yeah,
I really want one now.
We may have to do an episode once you do have the VR.
In VR.
No.
Podcast in VR. I'll get you a headset and we'll record in the virtual
yeah,
space.
but we'll have to talk more about this in a different episode. Like, go deeper into detail once you figure out how it works and what you think of it.
I think I got a pretty good idea. My buddy, last time I was in Arizona, he actually let me try his on and play around with it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I can't wait to get it.
I do like the idea of like being somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
like my life's boring
world.
And I can go to this VR world and it's more,
Yeah. So as you alluded to earlier, this is the Thanksgiving episode, and we talked about a little bit of Thanksgiving in the beginning, but I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into what makes Thanksgiving special to us in particular.
Thanksgiving episode, pilgrims.
Thanksgiving episode. Very ready. So ready, in fact, I'm going to crack
open another cosmic IPA.
A space ranger, a space camper, not ranger, space camper from
by
Boulevard.
The Boulevard from Kansas City, Missouri.
One of my favorite
Midwestern,
beverages. Not sponsored.
You gosh darn loving Midwestern lovers.
If we got sponsored by Boulevard, man, I'd be
I would be. That would be like, wow.
That's a good man. That's
frothy.
I never thought I'd like IPAs. I never was a big fan. But then I had Boulevard, and I thought.
Well,
different.
See, I'm more of the Boulevard.
You don't like Boulevard.
I like the Boulevard seltzers, the cork seltzers, real
the
fruit
cork.
juice.
Yes.
Okay.
Seltzers. Okay, so Thanksgiving. Let's dive into it. What's Thanksgiving really? Does Thanksgiving mean anything to you? Does it? Or is it just a day? Just all right. Let's eat food. Pretty much.
Well, it's a day off from school.
Yeah.
Now it's a day off from work. I do love getting to see family and good family and food.
Do you?
Family and food.
Do you really like? Do you like seeing a lot of your family at Thanksgiving?
I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like. It's a traditional day. You wake up, turn on your local channel. Probably I don't know if it's CBS or which one it is, but
Macy's Day Parade
is
that is
quite enjoyable.
No, that's a Peacock. Yeah, that's
I don't know where it's broadcast now, but it was on Channel 4.
Now.
I think it was on Channel 4 in my area when
something like that. But yeah, it's probably going to be on Paramount Plus now, where you're going to be watching the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade.
It goes for like 4 hours, and they got like the big inflatables.
Yeah. Have you paid attention to that recently? Do you keep up with it every single year?
I just turn it on and watch it. I don't really pay attention. I mean, I'll watch a little bit, and they've got like the high school marching bands there, and it's cool, and the dancers and the big inflatables. I think it's really enjoyable, and
What's the best inflatable that you've seen? What was the one that were like, oh my god, why is that there?
I think there were some Pokemon ones one year I thought were pretty cool. I can't remember exactly, but
I think what one really like last year they had a big giant inflatable Luffy from One Piece last year.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had a big Luffy, but it had a little oopsie. Had a little oopsie where his iconic straw hat that he had deflated.
Uh-oh.
Like the rim deflated, and so you just had a deflated rim looking. It hit a tree branch, and it just started deflating. But like the main float stage, just like this part of the hat, the rim of the hat started deflating, so it looked like he had like long hair. Yeah, it looked pretty goofy. But yeah, that was a pretty crazy thing. Luffy or even like Goku in the Macy's Day Parade.
Right.
I never ever thought seeing like anime characters.
Well, there's like a big following.
Oh,
bigger following than there used to be.
I would say even more now than ever. Oh man,
so what's your
the following of like One Piece and like Dragon Ball has escalated way over the years. I never ever thought. I never thought. Yeah, I gotta let the dogs breathe right now. The dogs are now breathing. I have taken off my socks. No one's seeing these precious feet. But
feet.
What were you about to say?
What was your favorite Macy's Day moment? Like
Macy's Day moment? Oh, I know exactly what it is.
Like
the bullet.
One year, this might sound kind of weird, but Meghan Trainor was up and coming, and I had heard all about that bass, but I hadn't heard Lips Are Moving.
Okay.
And she sang it live on one of the floats, and I was like, dang, that's pretty good. I was like, this is a good song.
I don't remember that. I don't think
and this was a long time ago. It's probably like...
What? That was like 2014, right?
2014.
2013, maybe?
Yeah, 2013, 2014. It's probably been about 10 years now, 10, 11 years.
That's wild to think.
Yes, and I just thought it was so awesome because she was so good.
And then we never heard from Meghan Trainor ever again.
Not so much. I mean, some...
She basically fell off. She fell off the face of the universe after a while. But my favorite is another actual singer moment. Rick Astley. Rick Astley was at the Macy's Day Parade, and he rickrolled the Macy's Day Parade. That was probably one of my favorite moments of watching the Macy's Day Parade, because you're like, oh my god, it's Rick Astley, and then all of a sudden you hear, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Like, he just rickrolled the whole entire parade. It was so funny. Oh yeah, it was a great moment. Other than that, it was always usually background noise.
Hey, Rick Astley, he's the guy that he covered that Young Gravy song, right? That Young Gravy song that sounded like that.
I got one thought, two thought, red thought, blue thought.
No, Young Gravy covered that song. Well, kinda.
Oh, he covered.
He did like a rap song, with.
No, I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like, never gonna lose my sauce.
Yeah, that sounds like a Young Gravy. Young Gravy moment. He's very prolific. I heard he loves the mommies. He loves the mommies.
Oh god.
He loves the jail time too.
He's not real good live though. He I think he's from Minnesota, so one of the games, Minnesota Vikings games, he was like performing live and it wasn't very good.
Ew.
He sang Betty Get Money and it didn't sound too good.
I would not want Young Gravy performing at my football game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather hear Lizzo.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't even want to hear Lizzo.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, well, if Prince was alive, I think
was
Prince
he from Minnesota?
I think he is. So is Lizzo. I mean, I don't know
why
else
he was
like there.
Iconic.
Prince is from Minnesota, Minneapolis.
That's pretty crazy.
But obviously, he sadly passed a while back.
Yeah, I would want to be in probably Detroit.
So you could hear Eminem.
Yeah, probably.
Mom Spaghetti.
Eminem nowadays, but Eminem still has some notoriety.
You gotta go eat at Mom Spaghetti.
But Macy's Day Parade, it was whatever. It was good as we were kids. Nowadays, don't really care for it.
I still like watching.
I think the only notable time I remember watching the Macy's Day Parade was in the hospital room, as I said in the last episode, as my little niece was being born on Thanksgiving that year. So we were watching the Macy's Day Parade. Which, speaking of that, her birthday's coming up, and your birthday's also coming up.
Okay, so what is your niece's birthday? Since everybody seems to
the 25th.
Congrats, you got it.
The 25th.
You redeemed yourself.
Of November.
I heard.
Like I said, it was a weird time. It was a weird time, but I knew it deep down. The only bad part is I also have your birthday down too, and I looked at your birthday as opposed to her birthday. We got that cleared up. Got it cleared up now.
Good.
I'm a good uncle.
Good.
And I knew it, but I said the wrong date. I say some wrong stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I believe the date that this episode is going to release, my birthday is the day after.
It's the day after.
It's Thanksgiving.
Actually, on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Share my birthday.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Yeah, one of my good friends, his daughter was born last year.
Big birthday boy. You got any birthday plans?
Just eat turkey, get gravy.
Turkey? Oh, man. Do you like turkey?
Yeah. So they're basically
so your birthday will be celebrated on that day.
They're going to celebrate. Yeah, they're going to probably... My mom will probably make a cake or something, but...
Yeah, so I'm sure, yeah, you got a whole birthday celebration.
I'm 29. Birthdays don't necessarily mean all that much anymore.
Yes.
You kind of dread when it's your birthday.
But you know what? 30 is a big year. 30, like next year, 30 will be a big year for you.
Yeah, I mean, 28 was a weird year.
A weird transition year.
Yeah, 27, 28. It was weird because you're not young anymore, but you're still getting old.
Knees are starting to creak a little more.
You're not old, but you're not young. You know what I mean? Like you're getting closer to 30, and you're kind of like, what am I doing? I'm almost 30. You're like, how am I almost 30? Like it's just
how
crazy.
Life goes.
It's just like speeds by. Like you hit 21, and the next thing you know, you're almost 30.
So you're presumably gonna get a cake. So along
a keg?
With,
a cake.
No, cake. I can't. Well, you know,
a cake and a kegger.
Maybe you could get a keg as well, filled with your finest crown apple
at Thanksgiving dinner. Look what I can do, Mom! I'm gonna do a keg stand.
I'm gonna do a keg stand. I got this high pressurized crown apple.
Yeah. It's already pre-mixed.
Flip me over, Mom.
Pre-mixed. Hold my legs up, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we're going for it. We're diving
pre-mixed crown apple and Sprite.
I would do that to that blackberry crown apple.
Okay, what do you mix that with?
A lemonade.
And does it go good with Thanksgiving?
Well, it is.
The salted caramel definitely would, but yeah,
so
maybe blackberry too.
Like cranberry? Like, do you like cranberries?
Oh, cranberry, like the ocean mist?
Yeah, do you like ocean mist?
I don't think I've had cranberry vodkas
What's
before.
like the most disgusting thing that you've had at a Thanksgiving? Like, is there anything?
I definitely don't eat the cranberry. I don't really eat the stuffing either. I know a lot of people love stuffing, but I just don't really eat much of it.
Dude, stuffing's like my goat, man. I love stuffing. Like there was a long time.
Stuffing is just breadcrumbs mixed with.
Oh, it's not breadcrumbs. It's cut up bread. It's like chunks of bread, pretty much.
And then it's like you add water to it, and
soggy,
absorbs.
And then you add a bunch of stuff. I don't know exactly what.
Because we used to have to make stuffed pork chops in my old job, and
I used to make stuffing actually when I worked at the grocery store. All we would do.
Bread chunks and water.
Yeah, we would we'd basically make them into we would make them into like croutons.
Yeah.
We would take like slices of bread and we would like really finely like cut them up pretty much in a bread slicer. And then we would put them in the oven. They would harden up. And then we'd package them up as like croutons. But that was our version of stuffing, but that's not like their traditional stuffing. That's more
like
to stuff like a
it's
turkey.
not like stovetop.
Yeah, it's not like the stovetop stuff. Which I love the stuffing. I don't know for sure. I've never personally made it, but all I know, love the stuffing. Love it. Um, I wouldn't touch something I wouldn't touch anymore. Probably turkey.
You don't like? Oh, okay.
No.
See, in my family, we my dad always smokes the turkey on the smoker.
Yeah,
it is way better than oven baked.
That is the way to go.
Oven baked turkey.
So my grandfather, some years he would smoke it, which those years were the bomb. A good majority of the years he would oven.
Okay, can we agree oven baked turkey is dry and disgusting?
It is.
Flavorless, bland, dry. Gravy and potatoes.
Yeah,
oh God.
It is the pits. It's not good. It's super dry. Every single bite that you take, it's like you're taking a bite of like cardboard.
Well, see, the nice thing about like smoking a turkey is usually you inject it with liquid smoke.
Oh.
So it stays moist. It's not dry.
I remember one year I went over to my dad's for Thanksgiving, and he actually my stepmother, she basted it in wine.
Okay,
year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, she basted it in like an orange wine or whatever.
Keep it moist.
Orange and then grape wine or whatever, and yeah, that was some bomb. That was like that turkey was picked clean by the end of the night. Usually turkey, there's still like half the bird left maybe. This thing was picked dry.
Oh, you know what's always good with the turkey?
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially the smoked turkeys. Like,
potatoes
later
and
when
gravy.
it's cold. Well, yeah, but when it's cold, take some saltine crackers, put some turkey on there. That's what we always used to do growing up.
Interesting. I would go. I'm a big believer, and like if I could eat this for all my Thanksgiving meals, it would just be mashed potatoes and gravy the whole entire time.
My mom makes a really good gravy.
Yeah, like I have been a big mashed potato and gravy enjoyer my whole entire life.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
definitely.
Gonna change every single time I go to like the pizza ranch.
Oh yeah,
I would always get mashed
gravy.
potatoes and gravy.
I
because their pizza's not worth a damn anymore, and their chicken is probably
their chicken's hit or miss.
It's hit or miss, but it's way better than their pizza.
Yeah, that's true.
Way better than their pizza, which I am very glad for your wedding that you just got chicken.
Yeah, well, it seemed weird to have pizza at a wedding.
True, but it wouldn't have been too bad. But I am very grateful because chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, all the best stuff from the pizza ranch.
The wedges. Can't forget the wedges.
Ooh, the
I
wedges.
love dipping the wedges in the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yes.
You get the double potato effect.
Yes. Big
yeah,
fan
sadly, our wedding food was thrown away after there was no late night leftovers.
We should have broke back into the.
My good friend
to the venue.
Thomas is still looking for that chicken.
We're always trying to find that chicken.
He's still looking for that chicken.
We're still looking.
Came up the next day and said, "Where's that chicken?"
You know, we went into the hall the next day, and it was kindly resting on top of one of the garbage cans. We could have.
It was sitting out for a while.
Definitely scooped it up, but by that time it's been sitting out for like 16 hours.
E. coli / salmonella waiting to happen.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Maybe that night.
There's nothing that you can't just put in the air fryer and then give it back to life.
It kills the bacteria.
I believe that. Anything, you can make anything instantly 10 times better by just putting it in the air fryer.
Just wash it off with soap and water.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Soggy chicken, nothing better.
Just spray some Germ-X on it. It claims to kill 99.9% of the germs, so, why wouldn't it kill off all the E. coli?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then we sue Germ-X after it, and when it doesn't.
Oh boy, that's something. So what's your family's Thanksgiving tradition?
So my Thanksgiving tradition, every single year, my family and I, we head to my mother's parents' house, and we have a big, meet and greet there. There's multiple sides. There's been a few divorces in the family. So things are pretty separated. So my mom's dad, my grandfather, he usually hosts us every single year. We go down to a small town that they live in, and we we have a good time with all my cousins there. They are all there. They're all having a good time.
Sounds quite enjoyable.
Yeah, so that's been the tradition. Yeah, so we head back. We head back with I see all my cousins. It's a fine, great time. It's been a tradition every single year since I've been a kid. And one of my favorite traditions that we would partake in. We haven't done it in a while. I think we've been going to a different place. We rent out a little place away from my grandparents' main house. Uh, we rent out a little space, and but at their house every single year, what we used to do is on one of their doors we had basically all the grandchildren's heights on one door. It would show throughout the years pretty much every single time that we came over Thanksgiving. It would show how much the children have grown over the years. So we would mount up against the door, and we would just record our height pretty much, and then date, and then sign it, showing how cool. It's a really cool door to look at, because you just have so many different people. Like, I'm pretty sure they've been doing this for a super long time. So you got my mother, her brothers, their spouses, all the grandchildren are on that board. It's a really cool door. Hopefully, throughout the years, eventually when they pass or whatnot, hopefully we can preserve that door. I think it'd be a pretty cool piece to
Sounds
have.
like a cool tradition.
So that was a tradition for a long time. Other than that, we don't really have any other traditions per se. I do have some fond memories. I would always go play in their like little playroom that they have with all my cousins. Me and my one cousin, we'd fool around on my grandmother's computer all the time, just watching like old YouTube videos.
Didn't we all?
Oh yeah, we were watching like hella parody videos. One of my fond memories, I remember we actually bricked her computer. We just completely bricked it. I don't know how.
Oh God.
So we I don't know what exactly we did. We probably were looking on websites that probably weren't very protected, and yeah, all of a sudden the computer just stopped working. it just stopped working. It was like an old iMac. It just stopped working.
It was a Mac? That's surprising. I didn't think those things
so.
could get viruses.
Maybe it was a Windows device. I
didn't think those would get viruses.
Yeah, they say that, but old ones. This is like probably 2009, 2010 maybe. So we bricked it, and then we quietly were like, "Yep, we don't speak about this," and then we exited the room and rejoined the party.
Oh wow, I would have just shut it off and like restarted it.
Oh yeah, but we just kept it how it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything else after that.
Okay, well, apparently you got away with it.
Everything must have been fine. But at the time, we were like, "Oh shit! Like we completely messed this up. Like, let's get out of here, man."
I know grandparents, when they let you use your computer, they'd be like, "Now be very careful with this." You know what I mean? They wouldn't want. They'd be like really strict with the computer time.
Yeah, I was never really. My computer days, I was basically allowed to do whatever. I had no restriction. I was playing all the CD games I can muster back in that day.
Were you watching a lot of AMVs?
No.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Naruto AMVs.
I was never a big AMV. Like I watched them,
like
the
in the end by Linkin Park, Naruto AMV.
There's some classic ones out there.
Or Listen to Your Heart. Feel like Tamari and Shikamaru.
Oh God, there's some AMVs of a lifetime, definitely. I never did watch too many AMVs.
I didn't even know what an AMV was. I just knew I watched them.
Yeah. What, animated movie video?
Animated music video.
Music video. There you go. Not movie video.
I didn't really understand, like, what's an AMV? I was like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. But, yeah, we left after that. As for other traditions, my favorite tradition was watching football on that day. I like watching football.
Thanksgiving. Usually Detroit Lions.
Usually the Lions and the Cowboys play.
Yeah.
Every single Thanksgiving. And, oh, man, I am looking forward to both of those games this year more than ever.
Do you know who the Lions are playing?
I don't remember, honestly.
I don't think the Cowboys fans are necessarily looking forward to that.
That's why I'm looking forward to it. Here, let me do a check real fast.
Old Dak is out for the season.
Yeah, Dak is out as the time of
not that it mattered.
Let me see who the Lions are playing.
If anything, Dak chose to take season-ending surgery because they were doing so bad.
Oh, so the Lions are playing the Bears.
That's going to be a crap show of a game because both teams are.
What a slaughter fest that's going to be unless
the Bears
something drastically changes in the next following
I
weeks.
assume the Bears will win that game, but it'll probably be pretty ugly.
Oh, yeah? You think the Bears are going to win?
Yeah.
Against the Lions?
Oh, the Lions.
Oh, the Lions.
Oh, it's the Bears and Lions. I thought you said the Bears and Cowboys.
No, I thought you were
Bears
joking.
and Lions? No, the Lions will probably kick the crap out of the Bears.
On that one,
then again, Goff just threw 5 interceptions last week, so maybe.
But he still won the game.
Yeah, that goes to show.
Can you guess who the Cowboys are playing on that day?
Yeah, I would like to know who the Cowboys are playing. The Redskins, maybe? Not the Redskins, the Commanders. Sorry.
Oh, the Redskins. Man. No, they're playing. Playing the New York Giants.
That is the worst possible matchup ever. Like 0 people are gonna watch that game.
Oh God, it's gonna be the worst Thanksgiving.
The Giants
ever.
suck. The Cowboys suck. I mean, who wants to watch that game? Everybody's gonna be watching the Bears and Lions. And I don't even think it'll be close. I think the Lions will probably beat the Bears pretty bad.
God, it's gonna be so bad.
But then again, the Bears have a good defense.
They might have a good defense, but
Caleb Williams,
Dan Campbell will gnaw off your leg. Dan Campbell, their coach of the Lions, will not relent, and they will murder the Bears.
Linemen catching touchdown passes.
Yeah, they will murder the Bears. And God, if the Giants win against the Cowboys,
if that's the case, Uncle Jerry might be
back up
firing
right now
McCarthy.
Is, I think Trey Lance for the Cowboys.
I think Cooper Rush is playing.
Cooper Rush is? Wasn't Trey Lance also thrown into some of those games?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought I saw a video that said Cooper Rush was playing.
Good. Trey Lance wasn't.
No, he's kind of a bust.
Man, what a bust from the 49ers.
There's a lot of busts, though.
But
I mean, Trey Lance.
It's a crazy story with the 49ers because that was their pick for their QB1. He got hurt last year. And then Jimmy Garoppolo stepped in.
Well, that's probably 2 years ago. I think the guy from the 49ers.
But Brock
Purdy's played 2
this
seasons.
This is his first Wait, was he QB1 last year? Yeah, he was QB1.
Yeah, this is like his 3rd season now.
Yeah, that's right. That's
partial season and then.
So back in 2022.
I mean, Trey Lance is a bust. It happens.
He was a huge bust. He got injured, and then Jimmy Garoppolo stepped in. He got injured, but then Brock Purdy stepped in, and he turned out to be.
I mean, basically every draft, there's going to be 5 quarterbacks drafted in the first round or 2, and maybe 1 pans out, if that.
That's true.
I mean, look at the Vikings quarterback, Sam Darnold. He was a first-round pick.
Yeah, and he's not performing very well now.
He definitely hasn't. He had a good start to the season.
What are they, 6-4 right now?
No, they're like 7-2. But
7-2? I thought they lost 4 in a row.
No, they lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Rams, and they lost to.
Well, by this time, it might be 4.
They lost to the Lions and then the Rams, and then they won 2 games.
Okay.
They're 7-2. Darnold's not playing the best, but their defense is keeping them in games. This is pretty much the easiest stretch of the season. They played the Jaguars, then they're playing the Titans.
So, off the football talk, we could probably talk football for hours.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that is what I'm excited for this Thanksgiving, to watch the most quality football
on Netflix.
And plus, actually, you know what?
Wait, no, that's not Netflix. Christmas is Netflix.
That's Christmas Netflix. But there's also a huge game every single year that is played, Iowa versus Nebraska.
Oh, on Black Friday.
That is the game. On Black Friday, that is the game. Like
they changed
tons
it though.
Of people look up forward to.
They changed it. Normally it was at 11 a.m. Now I think it's going to be at 6:37 at night.
It's a late game now, which is honestly I like that because I got to work Black Friday. And now I'll be in time for the Black Friday.
Okay, but this is going to be a crapshoot of a game because Iowa definitely struggling. Nebraska, everybody thought they were all great. Now they're struggling.
What? They just lost today.
They've lost like 3 or 4 games now.
They just lost their game. This will date the podcast, but they just lost against USC 28-20. So it's not a very good look for Nebraska right now. It's not looking good, folks.
Neither for Iowa too, though.
Iowa's not. But they do have their new quarterback in there. He's doing a lot better than Cade McNamara,
Yeah.
He was the Pits. But just Iowa's just not good either.
They have a great running back.
They do have a great running back. That is true. But that is always a Thanksgiving, tradition. It's around that time.
Yeah, right.
That I always look forward to because in my family, there's a big divide between Nebraska and Iowa fans. I would say a good majority lead towards Nebraska, but my section is all Iowa fans because that's where my mom went to school to Iowa. My grandparents on my mom's side, they both went to Iowa, so we're just Iowa through and through. Actually, I don't know if my grandfather, I don't know if he went to Iowa. I know my actually, I don't even know that either. But I know my mom went to Iowa.
So
she loves it.
What's your thinking? So for a while before COVID, Black Friday got to the point where it was really Black Thursday. Like you would go to Thanksgiving dinner and then you'd go shopping at like 5 p.m. What's your thinking on that? Do you like that they went back to Black Friday now? Like,
I don't think Black Friday really exists anymore.
Well, not at Walmart. Walmart is like deals of the month.
Because there a lot of places are doing that whole thing.
I actually like that better, to be honest, than waiting in line all night.
The whole entire month is basically Black Friday. I think the time for standing out in the line in the cold for hours on end, waiting to get your
flat screen
shitty ass hair dryer or whatever. I think that is behind us, long behind us now, because people either do it online now or they just no one shows up. Like the past few years I've been Black Friday shopping, there's been no one.
Oh wow.
There's been no one. It's like I would go to the mall to go Black Friday shopping sometimes. And when I would go, a good majority of the store, I was basically the first one in the line.
I always thought it was
fun, though. And there was just
no
one there.
I always thought it was fun to go Black Friday shopping,
Friday's
like especially Thursday night.
I remember back in the day, it was fisticuffs.
People
were going
Things are
nuts.
different now. Like now you go to Walmart, they have like endless amount of TVs for cheap. But back then, it would be like we have we have like 20 50-inch TVs for this amount, and that's it.
There's a little fun story. My sister, every single year for Christmas, she gets a Barbie for Christmas. Same with my aunt, too. She gets a Barbie for Christmas. Because they come out with a holiday edition of Barbies every single year. So it has been a tradition for my grandmother to get both my sister and my aunt a Barbie for Christmas. So she's had one ever since she's been born. It's been 27 years, 28 years now.
Wowzer.
That she has gotten. It'll be 28 years since she's gotten a Barbie every single year. And I remember there was a story of my aunt Sharon, when she was still alive. She went out on Black Friday to go get a Barbie for my older sister. And back in those days, we're talking maybe 2000, maybe even in the 90s. I don't remember for
The
sure.
old
I don't
days.
remember when this story happened. I don't think I was ever told.
Back in the days of movie.
Yeah, back in the days. And I remember hearing from my grandparents that my Aunt Sharon, she really got like in line to get one of these Barbies because they would go like hotcakes. They were a big commodity back in the day. So once they were there, they're pretty much gone unless you were there like to get them. And I remember my grandparents told me, they're like, yeah, your Aunt Sharon, she would fight people over Barbies, and she would definitely be the person. From her personality, what I remember of her, she would be the person that would fight people to get
just to get
what
a
she
Barbie.
wanted. Oh yeah, she was like, I think she might have been throwing punches, maybe. I don't remember for sure.
My goodness.
I'll have to ask again, but there's probably some hair pulling. Probably some not so nice words were said. But yeah, she got the Barbie in the end.
Well, I think we're kind of past that Black Friday tradition of like beating the crap out of each other over items.
Yeah, it still happens.
It does happen.
It still happens. But
not as bad as it used to be.
So I enjoy the state where Black Friday is now. I'm glad it's not really a thing anymore. It still is, but not to the degree.
Well, and it's Friday again. Like you don't have to go out on Thanksgiving and go Black Friday shopping.
Exactly. Yeah, so I generally like it. I miss like the kind of the allure of Black Friday.
Like
it's
filling up your cart with deals.
Yeah, it's just
like you're
one day
you go there for
like,
one thing, and the next thing you know, you got 15 things.
Yeah, I kind of miss that aspect where it was like, you got to get there right away. You got to get right in the queue. If you're not there, you're going to miss out on the deal. There's only 50 of these things they have.
I know. I'd like go and I'd be like, oh, they'd have all the video games with the little stickers, different colors for different prices. Grab a couple of those. Grab a couple Google Minis.
Exactly.
Grab a TV. Grab the sheet for a TV. You'd pay for it up front and get it in the back by the auto.
Yep. I'm glad that is a bygone era. Glad.
Honestly, I don't feel like I need Black Friday anymore. Like
no, not even for Christmas gifts or something.
Well, yeah, okay. Like I like it the way it is now. Like I don't feel like I need to go out on Black Friday. I like how Walmart does it, deals of the month or whatever. Like Black Friday deals all month long. I like that better. I don't feel like you should have to go out one day and fight people for an item.
Yeah. I don't miss it. Yeah, don't miss it at all. I'm glad that is a part of our culture that is dead.
It was fun though, like going out with friends to like hunt for TVs. Like, oh, they don't have it at this Walmart. We gotta go to. Let's go up to the Walmart up in Vermilion, or wherever.
I get you. That's always is always a really really fun time trying to hunt. I always regale about how my dad on Black Friday he got me the last Xbox 360 in line or whatever.
Oh, I bet
like the last one in the right. There was like 3 left, and my dad was the third to last one to get an Xbox 360. I always think about that moment as like a top tier moment of Black Friday shopping.
See, I don't feel like I ever got to experience that. I didn't start Black Friday shopping until they had like a amount of consoles that you didn't have to fight.
Oh,
when I was Black Friday shopping, the big thing for like a few years in a row was the PS4 1 terabyte. I think they had them for $200, which was pretty dang cheap for a 1 terabyte PS4 Slim.
It was a $400 console.
Yeah, it was only $200, and you could get that anywhere. Like you could get it at GameStop for $200, you could get it at Best Buy for $200. So they've made it a lot easier.
That's why I'm hoping my MetaQuest goes on sale, maybe $100 cheaper. Put it to a $299. That would be pretty nice. Or even $50. I'll take any deal I can get out of it. Actually, funny enough,
he's gonna buy it either way.
On that MetaQuest, I actually had it in my hands. I went to Best Buy the other day, and I really had it in my head. I'm like, let me go see if they have it. And sure enough, I asked the cashier. I'm like, hey, do you have a MetaQuest 3 back there? And gal looked at me. She's like, yep. Do you want to get it for you? I'm like, sure.
So what happened?
And so then she brought it up, and she's like, all right, let me ring this up. She's like, do you want the little carrier case to go along with it? That'll be like an extra $70.
Oh!
I'm like debating in my head. Everything was kind of getting thrown at me all at once, and I'm like, And then I started thinking about it more. I'm like, okay.
Black Friday.
I'm like, I'm going to wait. I don't need it quite yet. I don't need it. I'm going to wait until I can possibly get a better deal on Black Friday. If they don't have any deals on it, whatever. I will just purchase it. But right now, I do not need it in this current point. But I will get one by the end of November.
Alrighty.
But, yeah, I just was not ready to chomp on it. I had it in my hands, too. And I'm like, and then I'm like, no, I'll think about it. I'll get it at the end of the month.
Isn't that the worst? When you're like, I want this right now, but I'll wait.
It was right there, but I wasn't ready to spend the $500 for it.
I want it now, and I want it all.
Wasn't ready. Yeah. I will get it, and then I will tell about my VR stories coming in the future.
That could be a whole episode. I want to hear this one.
Yeah, that could be a good talking.
Try it. You can try to convince me to get a VR too. Once you've got one,
I think you could get a PS VR.
That's probably what I would do. I would probably get a PS one since I have a PS5.
Yeah, exactly. That's the logical point. You don't have a computer.
And I think it's only like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what you would
still
get.
Expensive. It's not cheap. But.
Well, it's not cheap, but yeah, like for mine, it was $500. And I'm like, do I want to spend $500 on this?
Hey, that's why they got Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Nebraska Furniture Mart? I didn't even think about that place.
Yeah, good
but
episode.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
episode.
I think there's a lot of really cool. I love this time of year. I do.
Oh, yeah. It's the enjoyment before. Once January hits, you're kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, and what's kind of egregious right now is we are halfway through November, and everyone starts putting up their Christmas decorations right now.
We have.
AKA Specimens Ones. But I went over to my grandparents, and they actually have all their Christmas decorations up, too. I'm like, Merry Christmas!
Hey, last year we didn't decorate till like a week before Christmas. We just weren't feeling it. This year we've decorated early.
My grandmother's basically right after Halloween. Once November 1st hits, it's Christmas time, baby.
We've done that before. Some years.
Yeah, that's what my mom would do as well. She would always decorate.
Some people
maybe not like the 1st of November.
Some people like to have it all decorated for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I can see that. But I'm like, come on. We just got done with spooky season.
He's one of those people that he shows a picture of his shed, and he's like, here's my picture of my Christmas tree in my shed where it belongs until the day after Thanksgiving.
You know what? I'm one of those people where if I'm putting up Christmas decorations, they're staying up all year long.
Oh, you're one of them people. Oh, yeah, I don't have to take them down. I can just leave them up.
I'm keeping the tree up all year long. Christmas lights all year long.
Oh, my goodness.
I think actually I will decorate this year. I have an idea. My giant fish I have hanging up on the wall. This is a story for another podcast. I have a giant fish hanging up on the wall in my apartment.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to wrap it in Christmas lights this year.
That'd be cool.
I should put a Christmas hat on it. Yeah, probably. I probably will.
Yeah, what kind of fish is that again? A mahi-mahi?
That is not a mahi-mahi.
Just kidding.
That's not the...
What kind of fish is it?
Hawaii indigenous fish. It is a sailfish.
A sailfish.
Sailfish.
Quite a catch.
I've always said to myself, if an intruder breaks in, I would grab it off the wall and then
use it to defend yourself.
Use it as a defense, object. I've always said that. And, it's looking like now more and more, it might just be. Think about how crazy of an article that would be.
Man uses sailfish.
With sailfish.
Yeah, man uses sailfish to defend himself.
It's probably happened. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, somebody probably used a barracuda.
A barracuda.
Barracuda.
It's mock speeds with the barracuda. But,
happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah,
look forward to our Christmas episode next month.
Oh yeah, for sure. Make sure to get plenty of food in. Take plenty of leftovers. See the people that you love, cherish. Don't get too politically charged, like I know everyone likes to do nowadays.
Yeah.
But stay sane, people. it'll be a fun time. And stay away from that turkey because it is god-awful.
Just wait until our New Year's episode here in about a month. That's going to be a fun one.
New Year's episode.
Maybe we can, record it as the ball drops.
As the ball drops? I don't know if New Year's is even on a Wednesday.
Yeah, but we could record it on a...
Well, I don't even know what New Year's is on this year.
I don't either. I think it's on a weird day.
Yeah.
All right, well, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the Thanksgiving episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us about your favorite Thanksgiving traditions in the comments down below. Yeah, everyone, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.